Anyone who has booked a Disney vacation before can tell you there are a lot of steps and things that you can miss. And if you've ever heard the term hidden Mickey, then you might realize how many little things Disney adds that they just don't tell you about. Today I've got 10 things that Disney just does not tell you about. From seating you with other families at dinner, spontaneous character interactions, when the shops are open and when they're closed, adult activities, this one item that I have never noticed before about the Midship Detective Agency, youth club mysteries, and even some freebies you can find on board. One of the things that I really like about a Disney cruise is that you're going to get character interactions that are really unique that you don't really experience in the parks. Spontaneous character interactions are a fabulous part of a Disney cruise. Like those of you that have been to Galaxy's Edge will no doubt remember walking past a stormtrooper or two, except there's way less people to stop and get their attention on a Disney ship, making these interactions a little bit longer, a little bit more fun, and a little bit more personal. I'm not a big character meet and greet person at the parks. I don't even really wait in the lines on the ship, but the character interactions that spontaneously happen throughout the cruise are one of my favorite things. You're gonna see princesses in the atrium or the grand hall. You'll even see them walking the deck sometimes. I really love a random sighting of Stitch. He's always acting up. And one that I actually haven't caught yet is Sleepwalking Goofy. Apparently you can catch him really early in the morning, although I've heard those sightings have become fewer and far between, so if you've seen them, let us know. Character interactions are great for kids of all ages. They are absolutely there for the enjoyment of every age on the ship, so when you see them, make sure you say hi. Or grab a quick pic maybe if you can. Number 2 really dives into the depth of Disney and their details. You will notice 2 things here. In the carpet, they're going to have directional cues. These will let you know when you're walking down the hallways which way is forward. I always forget this when I'm on the ship actually, so they've also got signs on the hallway. When you come out the elevator, you can check there as well. But I think it's really cool that they've taken the time to put the details of directional cues into the carpets. They have this on every ship. They're a little bit different from ship to ship. And of course, this being Disney, like we mentioned with those hidden Mickeys, they're gonna have hidden Easter eggs and just hidden treasures all over. And surprisingly enough, in the stairwells is where you're gonna find some really interesting old deep Disney references. Of course, we all recognize this song. This is definitely an old one, but one that I really enjoy is these are story sketches from Donald's Vacation. This is from 1940. How cool is this? They just have stuff like this all over the ships. I also really enjoyed seeing this one from Mary Poppins. Make sure you keep your eyes open when you're walking around the ships. There's plenty of art. Pro tip, they also have interactive art. Keep an eye out for that. But they've really got some great hidden Easter eggs. Just gotta keep looking. Number 3 is that the shops are not open while they are in port. When you get on the ship the first day, if you need some things, they've got a lot of personal care items in the shop. They're gonna have, of course, merchandise, but you're not going to be able to go to the shop right away because they are not allowed to be open while they are in port. So make sure you check your Disney Cruise Line Navigator app. It will tell you in there what time the stores are going to be open. If this is a specific cruise like inaugural sailings or seasonal merchandise that you really want, I highly suggest going in that first night. It will sell out sometimes. Also, keep popping back into the shop because people are allowed to return things and sometimes they put out more merch. They also do not tell you that they have clearance items in there, but they do. Just look around. Now this one is very important to me, and to be honest, I was surprised the first time I cruised Disney and I found out that they don't tell you about this. I'm not quite sure why they don't blatantly mention this, but they will seat you with other families at dinner. Our very first cruise, we were a single mom and teenage son. They actually sat us with 2 other single moms and their teenage sons for that first cruise. It was a lot of fun. As we progressed into cruising, since then I have always requested our own table, and thankfully we have always gotten our own table. You can do that on the website right here. You will not find out whether or not they have been able to grant that until you get on the ship. Once we get on the ship, I like to go to dining guest services, check in with them, and see if they were able to give us our own table. If not, then sometimes they can still do that. That being said, some of these ships have really close seating. Even if you are at your own table, it might feel like you're at a table with others just because it's really close quarters in there. But that is also where there's a lot more entertainment. The restaurants with less entertainment are a little more spread out. At least they feel that way to me. Number 5 that they are not going to tell you is these ships are kid-centered, family-centered, but adult-centric. So what I mean by that is there are plenty of activities to do for the tiny humans, for families, game shows, games, movies, trivia, crafts, so much to do. That being said, they also have specific areas and activities for adults. In particular, the Magic Wonder Dream and Fantasy all have adult areas called the Quiet Cove. This is where they are going to have the Quiet Cove coffee shop, which is also a bar, plus they will have the adult-only loungers, pool, and hot tubs. On the Disney Wish, they do have these elements, but they are broken up and smaller. In addition, they are going to have some lounges that are specifically adult-only. On those 4 ships, the Magic Dream, Wonder, and Fantasy, they also have specific areas for the bars and lounges that are adult-only areas, so they really can step away from the family dynamic on those ships. You're still gonna have lounges on the Wish, Treasure, and soon-to-be Destiny, but they are spread out a little more, and they don't have the adult-centric area for the lounges and bars the same as they do on the first 4 ships. And they will still have adult-focused activities, especially trivia and silent DJ. Everybody really seems to love the silent disco. This is where you put the headphones on, so everybody that's dancing can hear the music, but in the club, if you don't have headphones, it's completely quiet. It is really fun. But our absolute favorite is Match Your Mate. This is a game show like they used to have on TV. You're gonna have a whole lot of funny facts come out during this one. It'll be one evening of the cruise, and it will get busy. Make sure you check that one out. And next up is actually something that caught me by surprise. For you Muppet fans out there, this is one of my favorite things I found today, and this is one of the things I love about running this channel, is because I found out about this from the research for this video. I discovered this little known interaction with the Midship Detective Agency. And so far, the only place that I've seen report on this is Disney Cruise Line blog, so here's a snippet of one of my favorites.
If you're looking for a clue, I'm sorry, okay? I'm clueless.
In total, there are 10 of these. I'm not going to play all of it. I don't want to spoil it for you. The Midship Detective Agency is a mystery hunt on board the Dream and Fantasy. It goes through the interactive art. You will get clues to help solve the mystery. One of the clues within there will send you to a little door. On this door is where you will find that number to access these recordings. They are so cute. I am going to be checking this out next time we're on the Dream and Fantasy. So one of the coolest features of a Disney cruise ship is the exclusive zones. There's areas that kids can't go with parents, and there's areas that parents can't go with kids. One of these places that is actually pretty cool that most people overlook is the youth clubs. But a little known fact is that you can actually go into the youth clubs yourself during their open houses on the first day. And depending on which ship you are on, if you're going to be staying on the ship instead of heading out to port, they will often have an open house in the youth clubs on the port day. Then you can try the roller coaster simulator on the Wish or Star Wars Cargo Bay. They even have areas where you get to fly the Millennium Falcon. They're gonna make slime, although I don't know if they do that during the open house, to be honest. But these youth clubs are a lot of fun, and yes, adults can take the slide too, but only during the open house. Okay, now this is where I throw a question to you guys, because something that I found during my research that I have absolutely no frame of reference for is that allegedly there are these secret plaques in the youth clubs. If you can decode this, you'll find the answer to some type of riddle or a secret meet and greet. From what I can tell, this is supposed to be in the Oceaneers Club or Lab, which is ages 3 through 10. So if there are any of you with tiny humans in this age range, if you have heard about these mysterious plaques, please let us know in the comments below. I want to know what this is. Now, number 8 is not something they're going to tell you about, and it's not something you should expect, but it definitely will happen, I say, on pretty much everybody's cruise, and that is crew member magic, because the magic of a Disney cruise is, yes, part of it is the ambiance, part of it is the tiny details, the Easter eggs, the art, the music, but another huge huge part of it is the crew. These are the people that will make your vacation such an amazing experience. And so crew member magic is really an unspoken dynamic that is experienced on practically every cruise. It really can vary just from a great smile or interaction in the moment, a little bit of catch up on each other's day, maybe a recipe from their home country. They also will do things that are way above and beyond, gifts in the staterooms. Sometimes your tiny human might get a really special meet and greet. Crew member magic is a huge part of the dynamic on a Disney cruise. So make sure you keep your eyes open for that. Now, number 9 is the Navigator app. And pro tip, once you book your Disney cruise, go ahead and download the Disney Cruise Navigator app. It's going to have a cool little countdown in there that's just fun. You can also use the app to do your online check-in and activity selections before the cruise, but while you're on the cruise, the Navigator app is really your best friend. You can message other people in your party through the app. All of the activities, meet and greets, everything is going to be on there. You can select the times and have it remind you so that you don't miss things. The menus are in there, so if you want to look ahead and see what's on the next day's dinner menu, you can do that. Once in a while, they'll even have kind of a surprise meet and greet or event that shows up in there. Just keep your eye on that Disney Navigator app. I go through it at least once or twice a day just to see if something new has popped up that I want to go attend. And number 10, they are not going to tell you about all the freebies that are on board. They have a Disney Vacation Club talk usually during each cruise. Typically, they will give out $50 of onboard credit for that. Sometimes that will change. They have little charms that are available at the port shopping desk. These are free charms for each port. There's nothing fancy, just a cute little memento from your trip. The other ones we like is the animator's drawing class. You will get the drawing, obviously, from that. That's a great memento to take home. They will have stuff like that during crafts that you might want to take home as well. And if you're a fan of coffees, the Cove Cafe does have a punch card. I'm pretty sure it's 5 coffees. Once you've ordered 5, you can get a free one. You don't have to do them all on one ship or even on one cruise. So stick those in your wallet and bring them back with you every time you go. Now, you don't have to subscribe, but if you enjoy these videos, please share them with a friend. I really appreciate it. And if you haven't seen it yet, you have got to go check out these prices for the Disney Adventure. And also, 10 mistakes parents make. That's a pretty good one too.